Why don't you photograph good looking people? Oh, you want to sing or you want to be an actor or want to be a model? Like, who does that? So, believe it or not, there were many times when I thought that I should quit. One of the biggest reasons is no, actually, I never studied art. They don't mean that. They're not being truthful. My work that I wish I knew. First paying customer was, believe it or not, how much did they pay me? Everybody has mostly an iPhone. Samsung people usually shoot in photo mode. Try to angle yourself. Photoshop and Lightroom. I worked with those two. For a long time, it was CapCut. I also use Adobe Premiere. I'm an Adobe person, so Premiere is it's a beast.
Photography trend which needs to go?
They're horrible.
Canon or Sony?
Canon.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Entrepreneur Spotlight series where we celebrate stories behind businesses, inspire growth and connect communities. Today we have a very exciting guest with an inspiring journey within the photography industry. She's been into the industry it's been 15 years, and we'll talk about her journey. How did she start? What were the things to avoid if I want to become a photographer? And we'll talk more about her industry. Hira Akmal.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming, Hira. So, Hira, tell me about yourself, about your business journey, and what led you start this thing.
So I came to the U.S. about 19 years ago.
From Pakistan, right?
Not from Pakistan. I grew up in Pakistan, spent some time in Canada. Then I got married here.
Okay.
And when I got married, I was done with education. I did international affairs and computer science and whatnot. But then it was like I'm housebound. And then I had my daughter. I always liked photography as a child. I did stuff, I took pictures and whatnot. But then after my daughter was born, I really got into it and I became really passionate about it. I used to take a lot of her pictures, a lot of stuffed pictures around the house, family pictures, friends' pictures. And that's how I kind of got into it. It was a hobby and it was doable. But my first, I think, encouragement was when one of my friends told me to take pictures of her sister's wedding. And that's where it all started. So I studied something completely different, got into photography, and then I studied more. As soon as I got more interested in it, I took classes, online classes, in-person classes, and went to the city, did a lot of photo shoots, worked with aspiring models, actors, models, and did family shoots. And alhamdulillah, now I'm here.
Did you study arts, just by the way?
No, actually, I never studied art. It was something that, yes, I used to do as a pastime, drawing something, because I grew up in Pakistan, in Lahore. So you have art classes, you would learn how to draw. And that's something that kind of got me. I would look at stuff and I'd be like, yeah, I like that to draw. So I spent lots of time drawing and coloring. But photography, like who used to own cameras at that time? It was something that was like a very special thing. Like only parents used to have it and only come out at special occasions.
So
and
you moved to New York City, I guess, 19 years back, right?
19 years back, yes, I got married here.
I get it. And one more thing. So, do you think studies or education matters that much within the professional industry or within the professional journey?
Of course, I think any knowledge that you can gain with respects to whatever field you want to get into, it definitely helps. Obviously, if I didn't go to school for photography. I didn't learn how to use a camera. I didn't know the details. But when I got into it, I started learning and I took courses. And the more I learned, the more I was like, oh, now I know how light works. If the light hits like this, or if I angle it like that, it's not just I'm viewing things straight on. I can go up, I can view down, different perspectives. You learn so much, and then you feel like, oh wow, I didn't see. It's perspective. You see things differently. So the more you get educated, the more you learn, the more you try, you see things differently. The more you open your horizon, the bandwidth, you become.
But don't you think, so if I have done bachelor's in something, people try to judge my profession on the basis of that thing I have studied. Like people sometimes I think they mix uh, having formal education within the with the professional journey you have. Like sometimes if I haven't studied podcasting, right,
Right.
I did bachelor's in business management. But I guess when you start your professional journey, you are actually learning every day. That is also an education.
Right.
So not just going to the university that is going to help you in your professional journey. Obviously, that matters a lot. You get to know a lot of people. You know how to do things. But I guess the most important thing is learning within your industry, and that's a very ongoing thing. You're
Right.
always learning, because I would never say even after 10, 20 years that I know something about my industry, because the way things are, updating. So we
Right.
have to catch up those things, and we have to keep studying, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because if you look at it, the careers were very different back then. Before you had very limited careers, like either it was an engineer, there's a certain kind of engineer, or it's an architect, a certain kind of architecture, doctors. Okay, everything was very specific. In the older days, I would say, art and a lot of these social skills, the social aspects of life weren't given as much value as they're given value today. Art, like, right, growing up in Pakistan, like if you told somebody you're an artist, it was considered like, oh, this guy does nothing, or this person does nothing. Oh,
Yeah.
you want to sing, or you want to be an actor, or want to be a model? Like, who does that? Like, it wasn't something that was considered nice. It was something that was frowned upon. And it was like, no, that's not
I
education.
have a question for you. So
Yes.
there must be a time, like it's been 15 years in the industry,
Yes.
the time when you were thinking that you should quit it because of people were making fun of you, maybe people were mocking you, and there can be a reason for, like, financially you were struggling with something, or any sort of emotional struggle you had. What struggles actually you had, like if you can share one single story, or the time when you were struggling the most within the, or when you thought you should quit the journey.
So, believe it or not, there were many times when I thought that I should quit. One of the biggest reasons is that being a woman, you have to think about, okay, what are my priorities? I have a family, I have a husband, I have kids. I need to give them priority. So to me, it was like, okay, that's mom stuff. That's what I'm supposed to do. But alhamdulillah, I have a very supporting family, a very supporting husband, who, like, now we kind of worked, it's an adjustment process. You get to understand what you want in life and how to take care of the kids and all that. So it wasn't not that I had to work for money. It was something that I always wanted. I was always passionate about. Photography was a hobby. Yes, I was encouraged by other people to take photos of events, take photos of us. One of my friends from one of the Islamic schools, she was like, "Oh, my sister's getting married. Uh, can you take photos of her wedding?" And I was like, "Me take photos of her wedding? Like, do you think I'm that good?" Taking photos as a hobby is one thing, but taking pictures of somebody's wedding and that's gonna be a lasting memory for them. It was very nerve wracking. But Alhamdulillah, I've been surrounded by wonderful people who encouraged
you
me, who
know
liked it.
what I think is people who encourages you within the journey. I admire those people a lot. There are
Absolutely.
some times when you need to hear something like that. You are doing great, you
Right.
have done a great job, you can do it better. You need to hear those words. Sometimes you actually need it.
Right.
And when people say it, it's very emotional to you.
It
So,
it is. And sometimes it believes like, oh, they don't mean that. They're not being
yeah.
truthful, and they're just saying that just to go, make me move on, or they just want to move on. But believe me, I had times when people came up to me and they're like, "Why don't you photograph good-looking people? Why don't you photograph, something that's more the people who are more like pretty?" And I'm like, I don't understand.
I guess because so they do not share the same passion as you, because they are passionate about something else. So it happens, because the way you are passionate about photography, that doesn't mean that everyone has the same eye for that thing,
Of course,
so I
absolutely.
guess it's the passion difference, because they are not passionate about the job. They are more into having good pictures, because it's your field and you love it, so you have to do it. Plus, what one more question I would like to ask, like, within the journey or the work you have done, what has been the proudest moment so far when you think it was worth it, not quitting?
Well, there's a lot of moments when people actually look at the pictures and they say, wow, like, this is really good. Or I didn't see myself like that. I really like this. When they really truly appreciate the end product, then it makes me feel like, yeah, you know what? I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing what I meant to do. Um, yeah, that's basically it. It's to show people that to really accept themselves for who they really are. And I feel like I can find things, or I can view things in a way that I feel when I can connect to it, then absolutely they can connect to it as well.
Perfect. We have a fun segment in
Okay.
which I am going to ask you three questions.
Okay.
Try to answer it as precise as you can.
Sure.
What's one thing you wish I had known before starting your business?
My worth. That I wish I knew that I was good. I had the confidence in my work.
That's beautiful. What's the most fun or unusual thing about running your business?
It's the I would say unpredictability of it. It's like, let's say somebody comes up to me and say, "Oh, I want a picture here." I'll be like, "Acha, where are we standing?" So I'll make the most of wherever we are and take a picture and make sure it comes out nice. And they end up liking it. So which is a
Which,
huge place. Yeah.
yeah, that's good. One piece of advice you would give to aspiring entrepreneurs.
Piece of advice. There's a lot of it. First off, believe in yourself. Believe in the work that you're doing. Photography is an art. Not everybody has to like it. Not everybody's going to appreciate it. Believe in your vision. Believe in yourself.
So, Hira, every business has their own USPs, unique selling points, right? What makes you better in the photography industry?
What makes me stand out, I
Yeah.
would say, is the ability to collaborate. To me, photography, the thing that I'm doing is not just taking pictures. It's to represent something or someone. If I'm taking a picture of you, it's representing you. And to me, what matters is, what's your personality like? What are you? Who are you? And that should be represented in the picture, whether I'm working with actors, influencers, brands, restaurants. What it's a very extreme collaborative process for me. We go back and forth. I want to understand what the client needs, what they want, what they're looking for. It's not you get one picture and that's it. That's what you get. No, we work on the end product to actually get what you want, what it means to you, to give that whole entire feeling. So if you see certain photos, there some are dramatic, some are airy, some are, very colorful, creative. So for everybody, it's a little different what they want, what their style is, what appeals to them. So for me, what makes me stand out is that I sit down with the clients, I go over everything that they want, make tweaks, and it's a back and forth process. It might take time, but at the end, get them something that they truly like and that represents them, not me.
Do you remember your first customer?
First paying customer was, believe it or not, was through an online job search. It was Thumbtack. I don't know if you know about it. So I put myself there that I take headshots and I do this. And there was a corporate company, a recruiting agency actually, they got in touch with me and they said they needed headshots for their firm. So I took their headshots. Those were my first clients.
How much they paid you?
Sorry?
How much they paid you? Like,
How much did they pay me? They
do you
initially,
remember?
like, believe me, like I was starting out. I was like, I don't know how much, like, people ask for it, but they paid me $100 for two headshots for their LinkedIn profiles,
Do you
which
have words for that feeling,
is very exciting. Believe me, it's very. The words can't. The feelings, describe the feelings.
Yeah, I get it.
It's exciting. It's exhilarating. You feel so proud that you know what, I
Yeah.
got paid. They actually liked it, and I think that's what mattered to me most. That they actually liked it. I gave them a dramatic effect. Of course, I was new, so I was playing around with different kind of lighting, but they loved it, and and that was amazing.
That's beautiful. I have one more thing to ask for my viewers. Like, can you share any tip or trick, like, for people who want to take good photos? So because of these days, everyone has their own camera, right?
Yeah, right.
So if you can share any tip or trick to take good photos or videos within your phone.
Of course. Well, everybody has mostly an iPhone. Samsung, I'm not very familiar with, but iPhone has huge capabilities. One of the things is that people usually shoot in photo mode. Don't shoot in photo mode. Go on portrait mode. So that will give the bokeh effect, that where the background is blurry. So one is that. Second is when you're going outside, try to see different angles of light. I know a lot of people are like, oh, light is nice here, so have the light just come from the front. Well, you know what? That's nice. That's a good way to go, but try to angle yourself. Then you'll see the shadow hitting you a different way, and it'll give a more dramatic effect. You can give a lot of more creative feel and touches to it. And then obviously in post edit, you can always change the hues, tones, saturations to make it more artsy. That's one tip.
What's your go-to app for photo editing or video editing?
A Photoshop.
Photoshop.
And Lightroom. I work with those two.
And for videos?
For videos, that's funny. CapCut for a long time. It was CapCut. I also used Adobe Premiere. I'm an Adobe person, so Premiere it's a beast. But yeah, you learn it. You get used to it.
Hira, what do you think? There's one trend, social media photography trend, which needs to go.
Filters, absolutely, they need to go. They're horrible. Yeah, so they don't make you look like yourself. They make you look like somebody else, and you should be accepting of how you look. You're beautiful just the way you are. Well, not you. Your handsome. Women are beautiful just the way they are.
So I have a fun segment for you in which you have to choose one thing out of two. I'll have those questions. Otherwise, I'll have a few questions in which you have to answer like a one-word answer.
Okay.
But make it fast, on point. Don't think, please.
Okay, no, it's the first thing that comes to mind.
Perfect.
Okay.
Canon or Sony?
Canon.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Portrait or landscape?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would
Fast.
say landscape.
Dogs or cats?
Cats.
If you weren't a photographer, what would you be?
Mental health advocate.
Early bird or night owl?
Neither. Neither.
Photography or videography?
Photography.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes. With jalapenos.
Oh, that's good. I would have said no.
Yes, with jalapenos.
If you could have one superpower, what would that be?
One superpower that would be.
You have to.
I don't know. Peace.
That
I don't
was
know.
good.
I don't know how that works into it. How would peace be a superpower? But yeah, if I could, and peace. I don't mean. I'm not thinking about the world stuff. It's peace within.
Yeah, that I didn't expect this thing. It was beautiful to me. New York City, Dubai.
New York City, but I want to go to Dubai.
You haven't been to?
Sorry?
You haven't been to?
I was a child when I went there. So we've been planning a vacation to Dubai for a while now.
Messi or Ronaldo? If you are.
Yes, Messi or Ronaldo. Ronaldo.
Pakistan or America? What would you prefer living in?
It depends. Oh, just living?
Yeah.
America.
Perfect. So, Hira, thank you so much for coming,
Thank you.
sharing your insights of your journey. And I know that I have learned a lot of things, and because I am a content creator, so I can relate to your work. And thank you so much for sharing the tips and tricks also. And two things
Mhm.
where people can find you on social media, if you like to share those
So
socials.
they can always go to my website,
Mhm.
www.hiraakmal.com. They can go on my Instagram. That's at HRAKMAL. You can reach me through email, through phone, through text. Everything's on there.
And people love discounts. Would you like to share any sort of promotion discount for the viewers of our Nakash Khan show?
Well, there could be different things that I do offer and discount. Obviously, I give free consultation to whoever's watching, all the viewers. Then I'll give them a 10% discount depending on what services they're
That's good.
looking
I
for.
like it. I love discounts.
Who doesn't? Everybody does.
Once again, thank you so much for coming here. It was pleasure having you. I had fun, and I
Thank
hope
you
you had fun.
so much. I had a wonderful time.
One
Thank
one
you.
more thing. Uh, how was the experience like coming in the studio first time and doing this thing? Did you like it? How was it?
It was nice. It was nerve wracking in the beginning because I wasn't sure what to expect. I haven't been on camera myself like that. So it was interesting and
One
like
more question, if you can answer it short.
mhm.
What is success for you?
Success for me means people appreciating my work. That is success to me.
Simple.
Simple.
That's good. Thank you so much for coming. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do like the content, try to engage with the content because we need to hear from you what we need to improve, what we do not have to do. Like anything you can say that matters a lot. Plus, try to subscribe the channel and turn the notification button on so you can, whenever we upload something, you can hear that thing. And try to engage with the content because your feedback matters a lot to us, and we'll keep on improving the content and bringing you great guests. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much.